Chosen one, November 14th will feel like a dream. Please, listen. There are dates in our lives that appear quietly on the calendar, yet carry an energy so profound that it alters the course of our path without our fully realizing it. There are days that feel like stepping through a threshold, as if something invisible yet unmistakably real has opened, inviting you into a more awakened and aligned version of your life. November 14th is one of those days. You may not immediately understand why, you may not sense the full magnitude of it as you wake, but the air of that day will vibrate with meaning. It will feel like a whisper turning into a call turning into a revelation turning into a moment. You look back on and say, "This is when something began, and chosen one." This message is not meant to stir fear or pressure. It is meant to prepare you gently and lovingly for what is unfolding around you. Chosen one, before continuing, watch this message in full and share in the comments your warmest wishes and the number 144. For this is the moment in which your intentions carry extraordinary force. Your wishes, expressed with clarity and sincerity, become signals to the universe, vibrations that ripple outward and return multiplied. By choosing to declare your wish, you ignite an energy field that aligns events in your favor. You are energizing the universe, and the universe, in turn, is energizing you. Speak your wish once. Speak it from the heart, and let its frequency travel through the unseen paths that are opening for you on this day. Now, chosen one, press the hype button, like this video. Subscribe, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's start. Chosen one, November 14th, carries a sensation unlike the days that surround it. Many will pass through it unaware, treating it as a simple moment on a calendar. But you, because you have been awakening, because you have been sensing patterns, because you have begun noticing signs you once ignored, will feel the difference. You may feel unusually alert that morning, as though waking from a long dream into another dream. A dream that feels even more real than reality itself. You may feel a soft pressure in your chest, not of anxiety but of anticipation, as if your inner being knows that something luminous is approaching. And perhaps you feel this already, even before the date arrives. A subtle pull forward, a curiosity you cannot explain. A sense that time is arranging itself in ways that point directly toward you. There are moments in life when the universe watches closely. Chosen one. When your next step matters, when your direction becomes more important than your speed. November 14th is a day shaped by the accumulation of your choices, the courage you've shown, the heartbreak you've survived, the lessons you've quietly internalized while the world thought you were only enduring. You have been growing in the dark, preparing for a kind of clarity that cannot be rushed. This clarity will meet you on November 14th like a soft wave, not forcing itself upon you, but greeting you as something that has been yours all along. Perhaps you will wake with a surprising feeling of peace, a stillness that does not match the noise of the world. Or perhaps you will feel something stirring, a restlessness that pushes you toward reflection. You may take a walk and notice that the colors seem more vivid, the air seems lighter, your thoughts seem guided rather than scattered. On this day, chosen one, you will find yourself naturally drifting toward the version of you that has been waiting patiently beneath layers of doubt, exhaustion, or routine. The day itself becomes a mirror, not a mirror of who you have been, but who you are becoming. It may come as a thought that appears out of nowhere, as if whispered into the back of your mind. It may come as a feeling that makes your heart shift, a warmth rising through your body, a release of tension you have carried unknowingly, or it may come as an event, a message, a sign, a sudden synchronicity that makes you freeze and say, "How is this possible? Why today of all days?" And the answer, chosen one, is simply because the moment is ripe. The seeds you have planted, even the ones you forgot about, are pushing through the soil. They sense the light, and they rise toward it. There is something you must understand. You are not moving toward November 14th. November 14th is moving toward you. It is arriving like a tide, bringing with it memories that were waiting to be healed, opportunities that were waiting to be opened, and clarity that was waiting to be claimed. You will not need to force anything. The day does not demand effort. It invites awareness. It asks you to notice what you would usually overlook. It asks you to listen not with your ears, but with your intuition. It asks you to trust the subtle impressions that flicker within you. Chosen one, think of how storms precede renewal, how pressure creates diamonds, how silence precedes revelation. You have endured moments that stretched you beyond what you thought you could handle. You have lost things you believed you needed. You have walked away from paths that no longer aligned with your soul. And though these experiences may have felt heavy or confusing, they were clearing a space within you. That space is now ready to be filled, not with chaos, but with clarity, not with fear, but with direction, not with doubt, but with alignment. On November 14th, something in your life begins to click into place. You may not see the full picture yet, but a piece of it will land with certainty. It may come quietly, almost too gently to notice, yet it will resonate deeply. There will be a sense of rightness, as though the universe has shifted by a fraction of a degree, and suddenly everything aligns. You might relax without realizing why. You might smile without knowing the reason. You might feel a rush of inspiration, or a sudden desire to take a step you've postponed. This is the energy moving through you, preparing you for what follows. Chosen one, do not underestimate the power of a single day. Your life does not change only in grand gestures. It also changes in quiet turning points, in moments when your perception sharpens, when your courage strengthens, when your inner voice becomes louder than your fear. November 14th is a day of inner alignment, a day where your intuition steps forward and your uncertainty steps back, a day where you feel guided, held, accompanied by something larger than yourself. You may sense that someone is thinking of you. You may receive a message you have been waiting for, or a sign that feels unmistakably timed. You may feel drawn to revisit a goal you abandoned. You may feel a surge of gratitude for reasons you cannot articulate. This is part of the shift, a soft unraveling of old energy, a gentle ushering in of new patterns. The past is loosening its grip, not because you are running from it, but because you are rising above it. Do not be surprised, chosen one, if you feel emotional on this day. Not overwhelmed, but open. Emotional in a way that feels cleansing, not destabilizing. It may feel like your heart is widening, like you're remembering something your soul always knew. You may find yourself reflecting on old choices with newfound compassion. The world may feel more connected, more intentional, more alive to you. This is not an illusion. It is awareness sharpening. There is a reason you are hearing this message. You are being prepared, not for a dramatic event, but for a subtle shift that accumulates into something powerful. A shift that changes the trajectory of your thoughts, your choices, your intuition. You are stepping into a chapter defined not by survival, but by alignment. You are embracing a readiness you may not have recognized until now. And chosen one, November 14th, will feel like a dream, because dreams are where truths come softly. Dreams do not argue. Dreams do not push. Dreams reveal. And this day reveals something you are ready to see about yourself, about your path, about your purpose. It reveals a clarity that has been forming quietly beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to rise. That moment is now approaching. The energy of that day is not chaotic. It is not forceful. It is a calm unfolding, a gentle awakening, a moment in which your inner compass calibrates. You may find yourself knowing something without knowing how you know it. You may find sudden motivation to create, to heal, to change direction, or to recommit to something important. You may feel that life is finally moving in harmony with you rather than against you. Chosen one, this is not coincidence. It is timing. Every step you took, every lesson you learned, every moment you endured, brought you here. November 14th is the point at which the threads begin weaving into a pattern you can finally recognize. You may have felt lost for a while, but you were never wandering. You were being guided. The road was unfamiliar, but it was always leading somewhere meaningful. And now you are approaching the threshold. If you feel tired, trust that rest is not a retreat. It is a recalibration. If you feel hopeful, trust that hope is not naive, it is intuitive. If you feel uncertain, trust that uncertainty is not failure. It is transition. You are shifting into a higher rhythm, one that aligns with the energy unfolding on November 14th. And once you feel it, you cannot unfeel it. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Once you step into it, you cannot return to the version of yourself that existed before. Chosen one, listen closely. This day does not magically change your life. You do. But on this day, you will feel the universe stepping closer, whispering guidance, illuminating paths, harmonizing what once felt chaotic. You will feel supported in a way that is subtle, yet undeniable. And this support is not temporary. It is the beginning of a new frequency you are learning to embody. There will be moments, even after this day, when doubt tries to creep in. When old patterns tug at your attention. When the past tries to remind you of the version of yourself you have outgrown. But you will notice that something within you has shifted. You respond differently. You choose differently. You see differently. The change may be quiet, but it is lasting, chosen one. November 14th will feel like a dream, not because it is unreal, but because it is familiar. Familiar in the way truth feels familiar, in the way destiny feels familiar, in the way alignment feels like a homecoming. You are not stepping into something foreign. You are stepping into something that was meant for you all along. Your intuition becomes sharper. Your awareness expands. Your energy lifts. You begin attracting experiences that reflect your inner growth. You begin aligning with people whose presence feels meaningful rather than draining. You begin receiving opportunities that resonate with your purpose rather than distract from it. And all of this begins with a single day. Not because the day is powerful, but because you are. And so, chosen one, prepare not by anticipating dramatic events, but by embracing quiet clarity. Prepare by listening to your inner voice more closely. Prepare by releasing the need to understand everything at once. Prepare by trusting that your journey is guided. Prepare by knowing that what awaits you is not random, but aligned. November 14th approaches like a soft sunrise, gentle, warm, inevitable. And when it arrives, you will feel it. You will recognize the shift, whether through emotion, intuition, clarity, synchronicity, or a simple inner knowing that something has changed. Not because the world has transformed, but because you have. Chosen one, this is your threshold. Step through it with awareness. Step through it with trust. Step through it with the understanding that you are not entering a dream. You are awakening from one. Chosen one, as you move further along this path toward November 14th, the subtle shifts you once questioned begin to reveal their purpose. You may notice that your emotions become more honest, more direct, as if the filters that once softened your inner truth are no longer necessary. You feel things more clearly, not in a way that overwhelms you, but in a way that brings everything into sharper focus. This change is not a coincidence, nor is it a fleeting moment. It is the unfolding of an alignment that has been building within you for much longer than you realized. The universe has been preparing you for this day, guiding you through experiences that refined your intuition, strengthened your resilience, and deepened your self-awareness. And now, chosen one, you stand at the edge of something meaningful, something that resonates through every layer of your being. In the days leading up to November 14th, you may begin to notice patterns that were once invisible. Repetitive numbers, unexpected moments of clarity, or small coincidences that seem too precisely timed to be random. This is the universe's way of aligning your perception with your path. It is reminding you that you are not wandering aimlessly. You are being guided step by step. It is no longer about looking for signs. The signs begin coming to you, appearing in your path without effort. They show up in conversations, in memories that rise to the surface, in thoughts that seem to emerge from nowhere yet land with undeniable truth. When these moments occur, chosen one, take a breath and recognize them for what they are, or confirmations that you are on the right path. There is a quiet awakening happening within you, not the kind that shakes your world violently, but the kind that softens the edges of your confusion until clarity emerges like dawn through mist. You may feel an increased sensitivity to the energy around you, sensing the moods of people more vividly, or noticing tension in situations that once seemed neutral. This sensitivity is not a burden. It is your intuition sharpening. It is the universe refining your awareness, training you to listen beyond words, to sense truth beneath the surface. This ability becomes essential as November 14th approaches, because the insights that come to you on that day will not be loud or dramatic. They will be subtle, quiet, precise. You will need the calmness of intuition to recognize them. Chosen one, you might also find yourself letting go of things you once clung to. Old fears may feel suddenly outdated. Old desires may lose their sparkle. Old attachments may no longer hold the power they once did. This is a sign that you are expanding. You are outgrowing versions of yourself that were shaped by circumstances rather than by your inner truth. You may notice a desire to clean, reorganize, simplify, or release. This is not random. It is an internal shift expressing itself in the physical world. When the soul prepares for an upgrade, the outer environment often mirrors the transformation. It is a clearing of space so that new energy can enter without resistance. There may be moments when you feel a strange calmness, even in situations that would usually trigger stress or uncertainty. This calmness is not numbness and not denial. It is clarity. It is the kind of peace that comes when you instinctively know that something greater is unfolding, something you do not need to rush or control. You may feel guided to rest more, to reflect more deeply, or to spend time alone without feeling lonely. These impulses are not signs of withdrawal. They are signs of preparation. The universe is aligning your inner state so that when November 14th arrives, you are receptive to the messages it brings. On this journey, chosen one, you may also notice that certain memories resurface, not randomly, but with purpose. Memories that shaped you, memories that challenged you, memories that you tucked away because you thought you had moved on. These memories rise not to hurt you, but to remind you of how far you have come. They return so you can view them with the clarity you did not have. Then they appear so you can release the lingering emotional weight you may not have realized you were still carrying. When these memories arise, do not push them away. Acknowledge them with compassion. They are part of the process of clearing your path. As November 14th draws closer, chosen one, you might feel an increasing sense of anticipation. Not the anxious kind, but the intuitive knowing that something is aligning. You may not know what it is, but you feel the shift in your body, in your thoughts, in the rhythm of your days. A deeper stillness enters your life, a heightened awareness, an unexplainable clarity that comes in waves. You may find yourself waking up earlier or feeling the need to step outside more frequently. You may find yourself craving silence or seeking out conversations that nourish your soul rather than drain your spirit. These are not coincidences. They are signs of the inner alignment that is preparing you for the energy approaching. The days preceding the shift are often gentle. They do not come with loud announcements or dramatic signs. Instead, they come with small moments that feel almost sacred. The quiet realization that your priorities are changing. The subtle feeling that you are being guided towards something. The sense that you are stepping into a new phase of your journey. You may find that people from your past reach out unexpectedly, not to reopen wounds, but to close stories. You may feel the desire to express something you have held in for too long, or to finally forgive something that has weighed on you. This is the universe completing cycles. It is making room for what is to come. Chosen one, there is something remarkable about this period. The universe does not ask you to chase anything. It asks you only to be aware. You do not need to force clarity. You only need to recognize it when it arrives. You do not need to prepare for some grand event. You only need to listen. The shift that comes on November 14th is not one of chaos or upheaval. It is one of alignment. It is a moment in which the energy around you harmonizes with your intentions, your intuition, and your inner truth. It is a doorway, subtle yet significant. Do not be surprised if your dreams become more vivid during this time. Dreams are the mind's way of preparing for transformation. They reveal truths you may not yet be ready to speak. They bring clarity in symbolic form. They help your soul process the energetic shifts unfolding beneath the surface. Pay attention to them, not with fear, but with curiosity. They are part of your guidance. You may also notice changes in your environment, opportunities appearing where none existed, conversations opening pathways you did not anticipate, or new ideas forming with unusual clarity. These are not coincidences. They are invitations. When the universe aligns with you, it sends small signals that point you forward. These signals are not meant to overwhelm you. They are meant to reassure you that you are being prepared step by step for the moment when everything aligns. Chosen one, understand that November 14th does not arrive to impose change upon you. It arrives to reflect the change you have already undergone. It is a moment of realization, a moment of resonance, a moment when you finally understand why certain hardships had to unfold, why certain people came and left, why certain doors closed, and why new ones began to open. It is a day when clarity becomes impossible to ignore. You may not have the full picture yet, but the pieces begin connecting in ways that feel intentional, meaningful, and deeply personal. This day carries a frequency that will feel like truth rising within you. Not loud, not rushed, steady, certain, familiar. It will feel like remembering something you once knew but forgot somewhere along the way. It will feel like stepping into a room that has been waiting for you. It will feel like receiving a message that was written for you long before you were ready to hear it. Chosen one, there is a moment that comes before every awakening, a moment when everything becomes strangely still, a moment in which you feel suspended between who you were and who you are becoming. You may already be in that moment now. You may sense that something is approaching, not in a fearful way, but in a way that feels destined. This is the calm before alignment. This is the breath the universe takes before revealing the clarity you have been preparing to receive. When November 14th arrives, you will not need to search for the shift. You will feel it. It may come as an inner knowing, or as a sudden realization, or as a quiet affirmation that you are exactly where you need to be. It may come as a moment of deep peace, or as a surge of confidence, or as a sense of release you did not know you were ready for. Whatever form it takes, you will recognize it. It will resonate through you like a soft echo of truth. And chosen one, once the day passes, you will not return to the version of yourself that existed before. Something within you will have expanded, subtly, gently, undeniably. You will move forward with a clearer mind, a stronger intuition, and a deeper understanding of your path. You will find that decisions come more naturally, that doubt carries less weight, that your heart feels more aligned with your actions. This is the gift of the shift. It is not temporary. It is not fleeting. It is the beginning of a new rhythm in your life. November 14th is not the end of anything. It is the beginning of everything your soul has been preparing for, and as you step into this new chapter, chosen one, trust that the universe is not only guiding you, it is celebrating you. You are aligning with a frequency that changes the direction of your journey, not with force, but with clarity, not with fear, but with truth, not with chaos, but with purpose. Chosen one, as the momentum toward November 14th increases, you may find yourself caught between two worlds, the world as it has been, and the world as it is quietly becoming. This threshold is not always comfortable, for it requires you to stand in a space where clarity and uncertainty coexist. But this in-between space is sacred. It is the chrysalis stage, the moment before the wings form, the moment before transformation becomes visible. And whether you realize it or not, you are already inside that process. The universe is shaping something within you, refining the vibration of your thoughts, your emotions, and your awareness, so that when the energy of November 14th arrives, you will be ready to receive it fully. You may notice a shift in the way you think, chosen one. Thoughts that once spiraled may begin to quiet. Thoughts that once confused you may begin to organize themselves with surprising coherence. You may catch yourself seeing solutions where previously you saw only problems. It is as if your mind is clearing a path, gently sweeping away the clutter that has accumulated over time, making space for a new clarity to emerge. This is one of the first signs of inner alignment. The mind learns to release what no longer serves it. And although this may happen subtly, almost without your conscious awareness, its impact is profound. There may also be a softening in your emotional landscape. Emotional waves that once felt overwhelming may now feel manageable, even informative. Instead of resisting your emotions, you may find yourself observing them more gently, understanding their origins, recognizing the lessons they carry. This shift is not accidental, chosen one. It is the result of your soul expanding. You are gaining the capacity to feel without drowning, to reflect without spiraling, to understand without fear. This emotional maturity is a crucial part of the preparation for what November 14th brings. It ensures that when clarity arrives, you are open to receiving it, unburdened by the emotional weight of the past. You may sense that certain relationships begin to change. Some may grow stronger, more meaningful, as if the universe is reinforcing the connections that are aligned with your next chapter. Others may drift gently away, not through conflict, but through a natural quieting, as though the energetic bond has served its purpose. Do not resist these changes, chosen one. Relationships shift when your energy shifts. When you rise, only that which resonates with your new vibration remains with you. There is no loss in this. There is only alignment. People who are meant to walk with you will adjust to your growth. Those who are not will gently step aside. You may also notice that your body begins to sense the shift before your mind fully comprehends it. You might feel sudden bursts of energy or the desire to rest more deeply. You might feel lightness in moments for no apparent reason, or a heaviness that lasts only long enough to release something you no longer need. The body carries wisdom that often precedes conscious awareness. When you feel these sensations, trust them. Your body is preparing you for an energetic adjustment, aligning your physical state with the frequency of clarity that November 14th brings. Do not judge these sensations. Observe them, honor them, and allow your body the space it needs to adjust. Chosen one, at this stage of your journey, you may also feel called to reflect more deeply on your path. Not in a way that creates pressure, but in a way that creates understanding. You may find yourself revisiting past decisions with a new perspective, not to judge yourself, but to see the patterns that have shaped your growth. You may realize that moments you once labeled as failures were actually redirections. You may begin to understand why certain doors closed, why certain opportunities did not unfold, why certain people exited your life at the times they did. This clarity is not meant to reopen old wounds. It is meant to reveal the architecture of your path. Every step, even the painful ones, has been part of your alignment. There is something else that happens during this stage. The future begins to whisper. Not loudly, not with specifics, but with possibilities. You may feel subtle hints of what is coming. A new beginning, a shift in direction, an inner calling, a sense of purpose you cannot yet articulate. These whispers may appear as fleeting thoughts or vivid feelings that linger in your chest. Pay attention to them. They are previews of the clarity that November 14th will amplify. They are seeds of destiny, quietly awakening within you. As the energy builds, chosen one, you might find yourself more aware of your surroundings. Colors may appear more vibrant. Certain places may feel different, heavier or lighter, depending on their alignment with your energy. You might feel drawn to certain environments, certain conversations, certain activities that nourish your soul. This is your intuition guiding you. It is showing you where your energy flows smoothly and where it does not. The more you follow this guidance, the more aligned you become with the frequency rising within you. Another sign of this transition is an increased sensitivity to authenticity. You may find it harder to tolerate dishonesty, forced interactions, or environments that feel energetically draining. You may crave depth, meaning, truth. Shallow conversations may leave you restless, while genuine ones may feel rejuvenating. This becomes the moment, chosen one, when you remember to listen only to what vibrates in harmony with your spirit.